Okay guys, this isn't the Ranger. It's also A-armed. I just picked this truck up yesterday from an old friend way up north. I don't know my plan with it. Right now, I know for sure it's been sitting for 3 years, so it needs a lot of work. Mainly like TLC work, just a little Scotch-Brite. It's a fully TIG welded truck all the way around. Bumper to bumper is TIG welded. It's got King shocks on it. Fuel cell, linked. It's actually a really good truck. It was history on it, I guess. It was built by Dirt Design up in Paso Robles. They used to build trucks. I think they do like industrial handrail stuff now, but history of this truck. The truck was built in the Dirt Design shop. If you don't know Dirt Design, Google them. You'll find tons of stuff about them. But they built quality trucks for several years. I think they ended up stopping and building handrails because it made more money. But my buddy bought it from them. And then he's the guy that was building Casey Curry stuff, Brian Deegan stuff. So it was bought by someone that takes care of stuff, preps and builds quality race cars for a long time. But COVID happened, things change, and it sat for I think the last 3 to 4 years now. And here we are. Now I own it. So I do still have the Ranger. It's still over there. But this project, I'm not really sure with it. I don't know if I'm just gonna fix it up, repaint it, sell it. But the goal is to get this thing to Expo, which is less than 3 weeks away. So I need to make some room in my garage because it currently fits, but it's very tight. Too tight to where I can't really work on it. So I'm going to work on that. It does need to be cleaned. Like I said, it runs really rough. So I'm going to do the basic maintenance. I'm going to do a belt on it. I'm going to clean the injectors on it. I'm going to do plugs, wires. I clean the MAF right now. I've put a new fuel filter on the frame rail side. But yeah, this is going to be a new fun build. I'm going to do as much documentation as I can. But like I said, this is a cool truck, supercharged, fully TIG welded, back to front TIG welded, all chromoly, quality, really cool truck. Came with a ton of spare parts. All kinds of stuff. Gonna probably sell those race lines. This door is a little hard to get into, but we got some more intake stuff over there, but really good cage, to be honest. All chromoly, like I said, got interior, working blinkers, heater AC, got a radio, intercom, radio, manual 4-wheel drive, stick. It's honestly a really cool truck. I really think there's potential here. Obviously, I'm gonna have to really work on some of these tubes. I don't know if I'm gonna paint the interior cage just because it's gonna be really hard because of how much interior is still intact in this thing. It's really cool. It's got a Cone Industry sway bar, Cone Industry housing and hubs. Kings all the way around. Fuel cell. Ran with the factory Toyota parts. This thing apparently passes smog. So that'll be kind of interesting to see if that works. But a lot of some like old school short course tires are on it. It's kind of weird, kind of funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna keep working on this. Like I said, I'm gonna clean my garage out to get this thing to fit a little better. But hopefully you guys enjoy this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So I totally forgot I needed to take measurements of the shocks. Shocks are going to go to Down South Motorsports tomorrow. They're going to go through them, replace what needs to be done, change the valving if it's needed. Just make everything nice. As you can see, they're pretty hammered from sitting next to the beach. So I just want them to go through and make sure they're all correct. Get them ready for the desert season. I don't know if we'll tune the truck. If anything, it'll be close out of the box, and then if we need to tune it, we'll go tuning. But like I said, I don't know my plan with this truck. I don't want to take money away from this truck. I might sell it, but until then, we're going to do things correctly. So I'll probably go shock tuning, honestly. But we got all the numbers here. This is a Fox sheet that I downloaded just to get all this information on it. And then I'm going to give that to Down South Sunny over there and DJ. And then they'll handle that. That'll be cool. And then I'll just start pulling the suspension, going through all that stuff while the shocks are off it. So it should be pretty simple. So now I got to take it back apart and put on jack stands. Let's do that again. It is a bummer with this truck because it has good parts like I kept talking about. But I mean, the hardware on it is also good. But it's just all rusted, and the washers are all rusted on it, so it's just kind of a bummer. It's all going to have to be replaced. But I mean, kind of is what it is, like, very rusted. I'm not trying to point out the bads on this truck, but these are just things that I'm noticing as I'm going. So these are things that will all get fixed. I'm going to put the same OCD that I put into my Ranger into this Toyota, and we're going to make it 100% Desert Ripper. Quality parts, quality time, quality prep. It's going to be good. Alright, all the shocks are off. Just a quick reminder, people putting bump stops in cans, don't forget or don't be scared to put anti-seize on your bumps. This one was rusted in. I still have one on the passenger side that is frozen in there. So just quick, easy anti-seize on there, and this thing will pop out next time. But you can see these things are pretty smoked. Alright, so I'm getting the lower arm off, and I just noticed something. Snap ring has popped out of the uniball. That could have been bad. This is why we're thoroughly inspecting everything. So, could have been pretty bad. Luckily, everything has been Copa slipped so far, so everything's been very easy to get out, considering the amount of rust on this truck is crazy. So, use anti-seize, Copa slip, whatever's in your budget. Okay, well, update on the Toyota. Got all the suspension off of it. It's all stripped. I said this before, I'll say it again. I'm very grateful that this thing has been Copa slipped. Everything came off really easy. Not too bad. I ended up pulling 32 gallons of fuel out of the fuel cell. It's right here. It's very old, and it's a mixture of old gas and race gas. Doesn't work very well. Thought race gas would fix it, but old race gas, old fuel probably doesn't mix. One thing I've been doing in between working on the Ranger And this thing, I've been hitting it with Scotch-Brite here and there as I walk by it. I've been doing it a lot in the front, but the bumper looks pretty clean. Not as bad as I thought. So today's goal on this thing will be pulling the cell apart and then getting inside and cleaning that so it's all nice and clean. It looks like there's some dirt in there, so we're just going to start fresh with some fresh fuel. I got a bunch of additives. If you guys haven't used Hot Shot, I use it in my Duramax, and honestly I've had really good results. So what the goods are. I guess this is like an unbox video. Spray paint. This Hot Shot stuff works pretty good. This is for the engine. You put in the oil and it's supposed to help lubricate, nano lubrication. I use it in the Duramax and it does really well, so we're going to use it in this. Brake cleaner. And then I got 2 of fuel injector cleaners. This stuff is recommended by Ford for their Ford trucks. This is a Toyota, so we'll see how good it works. I'll put 2 of those in the tank. And that's it. More spray paint. So we'll get jamming on this thing and hopefully started today.
Do a longboard?
Yeah. Alright, so we pulled the pump out. We thought maybe we can clean the tank, but there's like a little box baffle in there. So we just put 2 things of fuel injector cleaner in there, and now we're going to dump 7 gallons of 91 in it. Pulled 32 gallons out of race fuel and regular gas, so... Oh god. Hold on.
Let's go.
Are we? Further down a little bit. That wasn't too bad. That didn't go too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. Okay, haven't worked on the Toyota in quite a long time. I've just been focused with getting the Ranger back together for Off-Road Expo. We got dash all cleaned up, moved some stuff around, switch pros is in. Pretty stoked on how it came out, but since I'm still waiting on a part for that, I figured might as well work on the Toyota. So I spent most of the morning really just DA, hitting all the tubes, wire wheeling it, just trying to mix a couple different variations of removing rust off the back end. Did pretty good. Got all the heavy rust off, and then I hit it with a wire wheel, and then I hit it with a, I don't know where it went. Hit it with a couple different things, and then we just laid down some Rust-Oleum rust dissolver on it, and we're gonna see how that works. I tried this a couple different times and it never really worked. Seems like if you take off the very top of the like heavy rust, and then then it's kind of like surface rust at that point, it's actually doing pretty good. So you can kind of see, it leaves this like white residue on there after it starts to dry. Maybe that's it eating at the rust, but I don't know. So I'm gonna let that sit. It's been sitting for like 25 minutes. It says sit for 30 minutes, but I just hit it with another coat on there just because it's pretty rusty. Yeah, and then we're getting the front suspension all checked out. Going over the heims, checking to see, just making a list of the parts I need for pro bearing. We're going to switch everything to pro bearing. Right now, we're going to start removing this rear end. I need to take the third out of it, get it rebuilt. I'm going to actually put 488s in it, so then it has matching front and rear gears, and you could use four-wheel drive. In my head, pretty sure if it's a four-wheel drive Prerunner, it's basically a Mason. Pretty sure. Yeah, so we're going to start taking this apart. I already got the sway bar disconnected. I'm going to get it put on jack stands, probably drop the links off. Started taking apart the brake lines. I got this little oil catch can off. I'm going to eventually get the fuel cell out. Just little steps at a time, and making progress. Okay, I just picked up the shocks from Down South Motorsports today. So now I'm back in the garage, did a bunch of errands. There's no drain plug on this thing, which is kind of annoying. So we're just draining all the fluid out of it. Pulled the axle out of it and the other side. So waiting for it to drain. We'll pull the third member. It's kind of just where I'm at right now. I've started collecting all the parts, put it in a bin. This is all rear end parts. Got all the front end laid out right there. So just trying to be organized when I'm doing this. Remember how things come apart, marking stuff, organizing. If you don't have a tree bin, I really suggest getting a tree bin. This is like a tree bin. These things are like 50 bucks from Harbor Freight. Makes your life pretty easy. I got everything organized over here. I need to buy another one now that I have two trucks. That one's usually for the Ranger, but the Ranger's just lowrider right now, so we don't really need them all. But we're just getting this thing fluxed out. Like I said, there's no drain plug, which is annoying, but we need to get the oil out so we can pull the third member. Alright, made some good progress today. My back hurts. This is very hunched over kind of work. The whole front end has been wire wheeled and sanded, and I hit it with some rust dissolver, so I still need to clean the rust dissolver. That's why it's all white. Got the links off. This setup's very interesting. It's hard to see, but inside that link pocket they welded the nut, which I don't know why you would do that, because if the nut strips or anything, you're kind of screwed. This is just an older build, I guess. I don't know why you would do that. That's not very smart, in my opinion. But the links are out. Got the third out and the housing flipped over to get the rest of the fluid out of it. The third looks pretty good. It's got a Detroit in it. It's got a bunch of ARP hardware in there, so it's cool. It's a strange case, so good parts there. I think this is, for the most part, pretty much it. I think that's everything. I'm probably just gonna hit the bottom of the housing with the wire wheel. Got the axles out. Everything looks pretty good. Everything's pretty good parts are on this truck, which is kind of cool. Like I said, the guy that owned it before worked in a race shop, and you get a lot of race takeoff, so that's cool. Hopefully by Monday I'll be able to start masking this truck off and start spraying everything. I would at least like to get the suspension on and bumps in it, the bump cans in, so then I could set it on bumps, kind of like the Ranger sitting just on the floor. I'll probably flip this thing around and I'll pull the motor out next. So that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you have any questions about this build or what you want to see, or you just have questions in general on it, comment below. I'll go through the comments and then I'll update it in the next video. The plan is to update a video every Sunday on this truck until it's in the dirt. Let me know what you guys think. All that helps me determine whether this is all worth it or not. It's gonna be a lot of work. I knew this was gonna be a lot of work from the beginning, but holy shit, I didn't really process how much work this is gonna be. But it's gonna be a sweet truck once it's all done. In the next video, I'll probably start tearing the front grille off, the lights off, probably pull the trans out and the case. I'm gonna send the third member off to get rebuilt just so it's fresh when we go into the dirt. Like I said, I'm not gonna cheap out on this thing. Want to do the best of the best. Make sure this is gonna be like 100% race prepped. Like I've stated in the other videos, I don't want to cheap out at any point of this build. This is going to be 100% blown apart and re-prepped. Everything's going to be gone through, everything. I'm going to pull the motor, probably do a couple things to the motor while it's out and it's easier to get to, and just quality. I like to have quality stuff, so I want to know peace of mind when I'm in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere, that this truck is 100%. You could be 100%, and sometimes at least just having a peace of mind knowing that I went through the truck, and little C-clips that are popping off the uniballs, like catching stuff like that is important to do it in the garage, because I'd rather catch it here than in the middle of the desert with less tools. At least it's here, at least I'm not in a rush, at least I can get parts. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, please comment below, let me know what you think, let me know what you want to know about the truck, and I'll answer everything in the next video. See you guys in the dirt.